हाय, दिस इज गगनजीत. वेलकम बैक टू द चैनल. कैसे हैं आप सब? तो हिमालयन 452, or rather I'll correct myself, the all new Himalayan is about to be launched at the Motoverse in Goa, and everybody is looking forward to one really interesting detail which has been left for a while, which is the price of this all new Himalayan. So just like everybody else, even I am quite looking forward to 24th of November. While we do that, I had some questions that I thought I'll share with you all. So let's start this video. But before we begin, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing it. It really helps out. So what are all the problems that you can expect from this all new Himalayan, especially for the ones who have pre-booked their bikes and will get their deliveries from the first lot? What are the problems that you can expect from it? I have been looking at a lot of videos and reviews from YouTube, and there are a couple of things that I feel from my personal experience and from the videos that I have looked at, from the forums that I have taken part in and have had discussions with. There are certain things that might cause a little trouble for the first time owners. It's only a hunch. I am not very sure about it, but this could be a problem that I think I can expect from a new design, new product. The first thing is the tripper cluster, the digital cluster that we have seen in the reviews. I feel that if there is any problem that might come along the way, that would be related with the one thing is there might be some delay in the performance, the way the menu, the animations takes place, the user interface takes place. Just like a phone, a smartphone that we use, we start observing some delays in the software. So I think there might be a little problem hiding out there in the digital cluster. Not very sure about it, but I think if there is a problem, but it can be easily sorted with a software update. The other one I feel could be with the Google Maps that is integrated in the navigation system. I feel that Royal Enfield will now have to put in a lot of efforts in updating the application, the Royal Enfield application, because now since it is integrated with the digital cluster, people will expect more from more reliability from the navigation system. For example, if on an average, let's just say if you own a bike for 5 to 7 years or 10 years, for the 10 years of life cycle, I feel Royal Enfield will have to provide a good support for that application and the integration with the application of the digital cluster. Both the digital cluster and the Royal Enfield application needs to function in tandem perfectly, and to ensure that for a time period of as long as 10 years, I feel it is a huge task for Royal Enfield to undertake. The other things that I feel could go wrong with the bike: heat management system. I am a little worried about the heat management system because since this is a single cylinder bike, liquid cooled, I have not seen a lot of bikes overheating. But we have seen Interceptor, which is an oil cooled bike, giving out a lot of problems to the riders who are wearing their shorts and going for a little stroll, going for a little ride right around the corner of their home, complaining of burnt thighs. So I feel that so a lot of people have complained about that heating issue with the Interceptor, which just burns the thigh of the rider if you're wearing a short. So that is a cosmetic problem if you're wearing a proper gear. But the real performance related issue that I feel with the heat management system, we have seen that at the launch it was done in Manali, which was a cold weather. Then in Delhi also we have seen Abhinav and Jasween Paji doing their testing videos, but again the average temperature currently is around 30 degrees, 25 degrees in Delhi NCR. The real problem is how will the heat management system really work in the scorching heat of Delhi in summers, when the temperature goes around 50, as much as 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. Will we see a reduction in the performance of the engine, or will the liquid cooling system be so adequate, so well performing that there will be no effect of that external heat environment on the performance of the engine? But I feel there will be some there will definitely be some reduction in the performance of the engine, because any deviation in the altitude or temperature, external altitude or temperature, does affect the performance. But how much does it affect is yet to be seen. So we have not seen any reviewers doing any review video in hot conditions. We have only seen them doing in winter conditions, which leaves a little area on which the light needs to be shed, and it might pop its head out in the summers for the first lot owners. Now I am pretty sure that Royal Enfield would have tested it really thoroughly, testing it for and according to the industry standards, and testing it according to the consumer's expectation are quite different things, totally different things. Now we have seen the review videos coming in for the performance of the engine, but we are yet to see what happens after you have taken out that performance out of that vehicle. What all damage or what all wear and tear has been done to that engine. So those being test bikes, the people who were testing it did not have to pay a lot of attention towards its longevity. But once you own the bike, you do feel that redlining your bike or taking it out on a very high speed ride would cause some damage to the engine. It is not optimal, but how much optimal it is and till how much can you push that bike and still keep it running for a long while is yet to be seen. And what all punishment that the bike takes once you put it through that test, rigorous test, would only be seen when you take your bike out to the service station. And once the person over there tells you that this also needs to be changed, sir, this is also all worn down, your sprocket are gone, so they will tell you what is all that has taken the punishment once you push your bike to that limit. How much can you push the bike and how much punishment can the bike take is yet to be seen. How good is the chassis, the cone set, and the fuel pump this time, the fuel system this time? These are three things that has haunted the previous Himalayan, but I think that Royal Enfield would have sorted this out with this new Himalayan. I am keeping my fingers crossed for this one. I hope I don't face this issue, or anybody who is buying from the first lot faces this issue. So when in 2010 Royal Enfield was at the verge of launching their twin spark engine, they were already doing away with their 5-speed gearboxes and stuff, and they were introducing the UCE engine. I remember buying my first bike, first Royal Enfield, in the year 2010. And when I bought it, since they were moving from a 5-speed gearbox to a new UC twin spark engine, there was definitely a lack of training at the end of service centers. I remember taking my bike out and the mechanics were a little surprised that what has Royal Enfield made. The reason of that happening was lack of training of the mechanics which were present at the service center for servicing this all new engine. So can you believe that the UCE engine, which was introduced in 2010, when I took it for service for the very first time, there were very few mechanics who were trained on how to service this new UCE engine. What all needs to be done? They were completely unaware of that. They were so hands-on with the previous engines that learning something new was very difficult for them, because of which the service experience for me was completely pathetic. There have been times when I had to revisit the service center repeatedly, because the same problem which I came in with at the service center was not solved, was not getting resolved even by the most skilled mechanic of that service station. I had to come again and again because they would tell me that now this time it is sorted, you can take your bike. I would take my bike and then again that problem pops up and I again had to visit them. So that happened a couple of times and I was very fed up with that. So a thing that I feel that a lot of people who are buying from the first lot will have to face is, since this is a new engine, completely new motorcycle, you might not get a good support from your service centers, because it could happen that they are not very well trained for this. If there is any problem with the bike, that can be sorted given that you have a good support at the service center. I just hope that Royal Enfield gives a good amount of attention at the people at the service center and training them how to deal with this new motorcycle when it comes in for service or any other problem. There was a video where I believe Yaminu was riding the bike and he was facing some issues with the fuel injection system, I believe. He was facing some issues with the bike dying down on him. The bike was dying down on him when he was saddling it and throttling it. I don't know whether this problem is with all the test bike, or was it a very particular problem with that particular bike, and I'm not sure whether it has been resolved or not. But if that is the case, I just hope that Royal Enfield would have sorted that out, or else that could be a problem for the new owners, because once you take it on a ride in the mountains, you're already at an altitude, the system is already stressed, the fuel injection system is already stressed, and on top of that, when you take it on in a place where there is no road, taking it off-road and saddling it, you're putting a lot of pressure on that. Putting any kind of pressure on the bike, there are two things that can happen. The first thing is the bike can really perform really well under those stressful conditions. The other one is that it could die down and cause malfunctions and stuff. If it is the first case, I think it is a very good bike. In the second case, I think it could cause some trouble for the first time owners. One problem that I feel that we might face, we are not very sure whether the existing electricals and the battery and the alternator will be able to handle the external auxiliary lights that people are fond of adding. So an absence of a good headlight, which the headlight they're offering stock is not at all good. So people will definitely go for a pair of auxiliary lights. But while they go towards those auxiliary lights, will it be able to support the external auxiliary lights or not, is to be seen. Because I remember hearing Abhinav talking about something about the alternator, that it could have a little more powerful to support auxiliary lights, which I feel that could be a problem for the first time owners. The rest, I don't think there are not a lot of things to be worried about. The only thing is, if they keep the service centers really good, the existing equipment that they're offering is of good quality, I'll be happy to pay the price for the quality of the material that they're offering if it is good. I just want my service center guys to be able to handle the service really well. I want the equipments that you're offering, the technology that you're offering right now, to have a good quality and a robust nature. With that I mean it should be able to perform for a good amount of time for the lifespan of the bike. And the third thing is, price it right. I just want you to price this one right. I think I have covered pretty much the problems that a new owner of the all-new Himalayan can expect from the bike. If there is anything else that you see that could cause a problem for the first-time owners, share it down in the comments. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, press the thumbs up button and show your love. Subscribe to the channel to see more such videos. Till then, this is Gaganjeet Singh Sethi signing off. Take care.